guys. So I've been working pretty hard on this pink up, and I realized the other day that I really haven't done a YouTube video for it. So I'm gonna run you guys around and show you what the pink up's all about, and give you an update. And I might also use this for the client when the client comes in, because he's not on the internet. But anyway, I started working when I first came into the shop about December-ish. One of the first rigs in was this 1940 Ford hot rod pickup that was called the Pink Up. The license plates say Pink Up, and the reason is because obviously it was pink, but this was an old drag racing truck back in the day. The owner's in his 90s, and he used to race this thing in the 60s, so there's the cab for it. The frame's back here covered up. This is one of the rear fenders. I have front fender done, step panels done, the hood is done meaning primer, bodywork done, this fender's done, cab's all done, and both the doors are done. So I've been working on this bedside. It got wrecked on the drag strip, and this came around and this corner got wadded up on a tree. So we replaced this piece, and this was all wadded up and nasty and rusty underneath it, and then this whole panel was wavy all the way down. So the front half of this bedside was pretty straight and flat, and so when we went to sand it off and prep it, of course we had rust underneath all the pink primer all over this. So I had to take it down to bare metal, and then I PR-15'd it, and then we sanded that all down and started doing metal work and body work on it. We had everything done to what we thought was done, and we were ready to just put a little skim coat on a couple of corners, but we wanted to get primer on it first, sand a little primer, and then figure out where our high and low spots are, and then just spot putty it. So Dad started prepping the front side of the bed, and he was working his way around over here, and this was really wavy. I'm not sure why this seam was real wavy, so I worked it and got it flattened out, so we didn't have to do any work to it. And then Dad couldn't get that pink stuff off there, so he started hitting it with the wire wheel and the grinder, and he blew a hole in the corner of it. And so he was like, well, no big deal, just grab the welder and weld that hole up for me. And I ended up with a whole bunch of booger welds here, because from down here to up here and the whole side of it was all lead filled. So I took a torch to it and started stripping the lead out. I'll insert a little video here for you on my cell phone of me doing that. And I got all the lead taken out of it, and of course it was all the way clear down into here. So this is all smashed and dented pretty substantially. I'm gonna have to work all this. It's mushroomed out on this side. It looks like I might still have some more lead to get out over here too. This is all smashed pretty substantially, and there's a big hole in there, and my welds are all gnarly because I was welding through lead. So I'm gonna see if there's any more lead on this side, which it looks like there is, and I'll get that lead out of there. And then I gotta metal work this corner, body work it, prep it for primer before I can prime the rest of this stuff and prime this. I'm hoping that when I run a sander on this side that the primer holds up and it's not really rusty underneath, because we'll have to start over on that too and get it down to bare metal. And the inside is supposed to be body finished as well, and this was all wadded up. So after I get the outside primed and done, I'm gonna crawl in here and work these bedsides. I gotta shave the holes for the roll cage, and there's a square hole under here. I think it's for fuel cell. I don't remember whether he wanted me to get rid of the fuel cell hole or not. It's another example of hang-ups and unanticipated work on old rigs. So this was fine in this corner over here. It was smashed over here, so I still got to do a little metal work. and body work there. But these bed rails were super out of square and weren't squared up with the tailgate because it got hit so hard. So I was in here pushing with the porta power trying to get all this stuff dealt with. Well, this was super oil canny over here, so every time I pushed on it, the oil can would move. So I was trying to lock it into place, and when I pushed on this side to lock it into place, I ended up with a big tear in the metal down here. And it just started tearing in this corner balls horribly. So I got the welder out and I tried to weld the crack up, and as soon as I hit it with the welder, it just blew out all the way down. So I cut the top of it and kind of flayed it out a little bit, and then I could look back in there and see how much rust was back there. And there was this is paper thin metal out here. So I cut this piece of metal out, rust treat in here behind as best I can. I'm not going to be able to get this piece all the way back here underneath it without taking it apart, so it'll only last as long as it lasts. And then I made up a new panel. It's got POR 15 on both sides of it so it don't rust. I'm going to POR 15 this, and then we'll weld that jobber in there like that, and then put another rib nut down here to mount the tailgate. Then I can hang the tailgate and make sure that it's square. Do my nut insert holes. Get tailgate mounted, and then we can move on to body work on the tailgate. This client's been into cars for a long time doing shows, and he's got several that are really nice, and he wanted this one to be show quality finish. Outside, inside, bottom, top, everywhere we're going to put paint, which is pretty much everywhere on the vehicle. He wants it to be show quality finish. So we're having to spend quite a bit of time on the metal work, which this metal work I anticipated. This shave that I did here, this was the original spare tire bump where the spare tire sat on the side of the bed, and he wanted to make that shaved. So I hand fabricated that and got it patch welded in. Inside's all welded up and it's nice and smooth inside and out. So we'll put a skiff coat on it about 2-3 inches wide all the way around it. So when it came in, it had all this pink primer on it, and I was kind of led to believe that most of the body work was done and that we were going to be able to skim coat and stick and then pretty much prep and paint. The undersides I knew had a bunch of rubber from lighting them up with the drag strip, so I knew I had to strip the inside of them. But what I'm running into is I go to sand it off, and I've got the rest of this feather edge pretty nice, and a feather edge is kind of like this where you can step the material down and you don't end up with a hard edge that causes a line. Well, we were trying to sand this stuff and feather edge the chips out of it, and everything was just stripping off of it. It was just coming off, nothing was adhered. Then as we started to strip it off and look at it, we noticed that we have a lot of these rust pits that were down underneath the pink primer. Then there was red, there was green, there's some E-coat. There's a whole bunch of layers on this stuff. So in order to get it down to the rust, because the pink actually got sprayed into the rust pits, way to get everything out of it. So I've been trying to get this back down and get all the scales out of the rust. The problem that I'm running into now is I want to do body work, but the panel was rusty before, so I gotta treat it. And I'd like to just treat it with some light acid and do body work, but this is so bad in here that it needs POR 15. But I don't want to put filler or primer on it before the POR 15. But even if I put POR 15 on it right now, I gotta wait till tomorrow or the next day before I can scuff that and then put body work over it and then prime it. So it's kind of one of those where I thought I was going to have a good 8 hours into this fender and then be able to prep it for primer. We've been struggling like mad to get this thing in good enough shape to where we could either do some body work or get the metal to do some body work. I didn't think I was going to have this much work into just getting it ready for paint. A lot of my bid was for the detail side and the paintwork side of it. I got it hanging on the forklift. I'm going to acid treat it. I'm going to prep it, POR 15 it, and then let it set. and then I'll have a good shell on there to be able to start doing body work. I'm afraid that if I don't rust treat this properly before I do body work, that this rust is going to come back underneath everything, and stuff's just going to start falling off of it like it did when I got it. So I'm going to acid treat and POR 15 that, and then when it's done tomorrow, I'll start doing body work on it. That'll let me put this one up. But this one's ready for the body work on the outside of it. I just got a couple of small spots that I need to prep for rust on it. I'll work on body work after this thing's drying. And then tailgate, similar story. It was in primer. It was supposed to be flat. He told me it literally needed maybe a little skim coat here because he had a little heat buckle in it. Well, it's wavy like the ocean, like the Pacific Ocean, and it doesn't have sheet metal welded onto it. He welded 1/8" plate across it. So with the tube there and the cap tube here and an 1/8" piece of plate, that thing's locked. Like I'm gonna have to heat it so much and shrink it so much to get it right, or I'm gonna have to put this much Bondo in it. So I already stripped it, sanded it. I've got 4 hours into just getting into this point. It's got to be rust treated before I can do any body work, and then I'll work on the metal and try and get the metal as flat as I can, and then I'll start body work. And then after body work's done, I can prime it, and then once it's in primer, we still got 2 more steps of sand and primer and respray and primer before we even get to paint. I wanted to have this fender over here done last week and in primer, and I've spent, I don't know, we just did the math, what is it, like 24 hours or something, or 16 hours, and I'm still right there. So, and then I got the inside of the door still to prep too. With what I found on the rest of the truck, I'm not going to guarantee that I'm not going to be stripping the inside of these doors too. So I'm doing the best I can here, but this is one of those where I can only do what I can do. I'm one guy, and this stuff just takes as long as it takes, you know. I'm gonna keep trudging away on the paint job, and we'll see how close we get by the end of the week. Alright, so I'm going to try to do a better job for you guys at filming throughout the day and posting a little bit more on YouTube for you, but the editing quality is not going to be what it usually is if I'm going to be doing vlog stuff like this. So if you guys like me doing vlog stuff, please hit that thumbs up button for me and hit the subscribe button. I directly look at my analytics every time, every video. I'm checking on them all the time, and so I'll be able to tell whether these are going to be successful or not. But anyway, I know that you guys like to see some of the shop stuff that I do and not just all the adventure stuff, so I'm going to try and share a little bit more with that with you. I always post pictures and posts on my Facebook page, so just click on the link in the description. That'll take you right over to my Facebook group and my Facebook page if you guys are on Facebook. But anyway, I just wanted to say that and let you know that I am trying to keep commitment on all my fronts. But I'm a one-man army, so bear with me. I appreciate you. Alright, so I got all my POR 15 done on this rear fender. So I'm going to let it hang out in the sun, tack up, and then I'll do body work tomorrow on it. I've got the second rear fender up. This needs to be POR 15 on the inside of it before I prime it, but the metal on this one is in pretty good shape. I got a little bit of welding to do. I got to weld this flap back on. Looks like I might have an issue in here, but for the most part I'm feather edged and metal prepped, so I'm going to start doing body work. I'm going to use some duplicolor acid treatment on this stuff so I don't have to POR 15 the outside, and then we'll do body work. I got my hole welded up over here. Again, sorry, I'm trying to film it all, but I have a hard time remembering that I'm not filming. So we got the hole welded up, pulled the dent, got the lead out, and now it's filled. Dad's been prepping nooks and crannies to try and get everything ready for primer. Smeared some more mud. I'm gonna grind this off tomorrow. That was my POR 15 that, and so I can put my patch in the morning, and then I'll start prepping on this side. Hopefully this goes smoothly. So I got body work on 2 fenders tomorrow, and start to prep on this after I weld that and fill it in and get it going. So anyway, this 4Runner, still waiting on glass. Sorry, Steven. I'm trying, I really am. Yeah, so there's where we are with the pink up. Hope you guys like the update. If I see a bunch of likes and a bunch of views, I'll be sure to give you guys some more content on the pink up. It's a 1940 Ford, small block Chevy, turbo 400, ladder barred, all that good jazz. So anyway, if you like it, let me know. I'll be watching. I appreciate you guys. It's getting hot in the shop, so I'm gonna head out here pretty soon, and we'll get the net bash done tomorrow. So anyway, talk at you soon. Take care, guys.